All right. Good morning again. Let me introduce again myself for the session 413. Uh, I am Dr. Hakikur Rahman, representing International University, Bangladesh, and Dr. Ranojit Kumar Dutta, PT University, Bangladesh. Our title is Bridging the Digital Divide, Inclusive ICT Policies for Sustainable Development. And this session will uh, will try to foster a critical dialogue on the urgent need to design, implement, and monitor ICT policies that leave no one behind. And during with example from India's Digital India, Kenya's community networks, the EU AI Act, and Rwanda's Green ICT strategy. The session will highlight best practices and offer policy recommendations to ensure that digital transformation is inclusive, ethical, and sustainable. With as introduction, we'd like to say that we are celebrating 20 years of WSIS, which is a milestone in advancing the information society, and it recognizes the ongoing digital divide that still leaves billions offline. And this presentation explores inclusion, ethical, and sustainable ICT policies to bridge this divide and shape a fairer future. So, why this matters? We are critical about the digital divide because over 2.6 billion people still remain offline, according to a study by ITU in 2024. And affordability. Access to affordable internet is still out of reach for many. At the same time, literacy, one in four lack basic digital skills, limiting meaningful participation. And a sustainable digital future demands inclusive and right-based policies. So there are policy gaps we like to point out. Uh, Lack of inclusivity, policies often overlook marginalized groups, and ethics in emerging tech, rapid AI and IoT deployment is happening across the globe without adequate safeguards and fragmented approaches. Sometimes some national and regional policies often lack coordination, leaving gaps in global governance. We are talking about three pillars overview. These are inclusion, ethics, and sustainability. Inclusion is the universal connectivity and meaningful access. Ethics, we call it human rights and accountability in tech. And sustainability, it should be the green ICT and equitable growth. The pillar one, inclusion or inclusivity, first in the ICT framework. We research that universal connectivity is the past, where affordable broadband and community networks, last mile solutions are there, and local content and multilingual tech. It will empower communities with relevant information in their languages and capacity building, digital literacy, gender sensitive programs, and skill training. And examples, we collected two successful examples. One is India's Digital India, which is giving rural connectivity and e-governance at the grassroots, and Kenya's community networks, which is bridging access in the underserved areas. Pillar 2, ethics-centered digital governance. This is the second pillar of three pillars. Data rights and privacy, people first data governance, it should be, and transparent AI, which should be explainable, accountable, and bias our systems, and right-based design, embedding human rights and equity in technology deployment. For example, we researched and point out two examples, which are EU AI Act EU Artificial Intelligence Act, working to enforce accountability and transparency. And at the same time, UNESCO AI Ethics is also working towards global guidance on ethical AI development. Now I'll talk about the pillar 3, which is sustainability and equity in tech. At first comes the green ICT, energy efficient infrastructure. We should have energy efficient infrastructure, and we should have a e-waste management system. At the same time, we need a human capital investment, empowering digital skills and local talents, and we need a public-private people partnership model to share benefits equitably. For example, Rwanda's green ICT strategy working to reduce e-waste and promoting eco-design. Estonia's e-residency is working towards digital transformation with inclusivity at its core. We collected and researched several policy recommendations towards towards bridging the digital divide to make inclusive ICT policies for sustainable development. They are for foster multi-stakeholder collaboration across sectors, embed human rights and ethics in design, deployment, and evaluation, support innovation sandboxes for safe environment, and develop regional and global frameworks to align policies and share best practices, integrate gender, youth, and marginalized voices. So, there are some call to action. What are these? These are let's co-create inclusive, ethical, and sustainable ICT ecosystems. Build partnerships that prioritize solidarity over silos, mainstream ethics, and inclusion in every digital policy. So, let us work together, and in this way, we can bridge digital divides, and we can bridge. We can empower at the same time. We can empower communities. Of course, there will be, and there are some challenges and risks. There are unintended consequences such as widening the divide and digital colonialism, bias and discrimination that we are a little bit worried about, and this is an important challenge. We need embedded and in data algorithm, there are algorithm bias and there could be some discrimination. And in terms of surveillance and privacy risks, there may be abuse of digital technologies. In terms of environmental impact, there are e-waste management and energy intensive tech. So these are, and at the last but not least, the resistance to change, the policy inertia and vested interests. So these are the 5 challenges, the risks that we have found in our research. At the conclusion, I like to highlight digital inclusion. So everyone, everywhere, meaningfully connected. It should be ethical in terms of technology. So the policy should be people-centered, right-based, transparent, and at the same time, it should be sustainable ICT like green ICT, equitable and future-proof. So let us work together. Let's harness technology to empower communities and build a better future. At this moment, to attend some of our local problems and points, I invite Dr. Dutta to take the floor, and welcome Dr. Dutta.
Thank you, Professor. We have three pillars, inclusion and ICT frameworks and local content. I want to talk about the local content in Bangladesh. It's is located in South Asia and covering 148,460 square kilometers. This is the area of Bangladesh. and its population is more than 173 million, and its location in the South Asian, and a regular its density per square kilometer 1333, and urban area living 42%, and globally it's ranking 8, and per capita 3.8 GDP. So our internet access and risen by Bangladesh in 2024, more than 92% in urban area, and rural area less than 50% or 58%. ICT infrastructure score by region in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, more than 92% in Dhaka infrastructure score. Score is also key parameter used in ICT infrastructure, internet penetration rate, broadband subscription, and density mobile network coverage, electricity access, number of public ICT facilities, and etc. The digital literacy rate by age group in Bangladesh, age group is 15 to 20 is more used in 72%, and more than 45 years age group, less use is 31%. Gender gap in internet use in Bangladesh, urban area 72%, male and female 58%, rural area 61%, and female 38%, national 67%, and female 47%. Student internet access at home by region, in Dhaka 82% and Chittagong 76%, and less Rangpur is 41%. Female enrollment in ICT related higher education in 2019 80%, and then later increases 2020 22%, and now 2024 38%, gradually increases in female enrollment in ICT related higher education. The broadband penetration in Bangladesh has grown rapidly, 5% to 86%. 5% in 2010, now is more than 86%. Penetration of participation of women in ICT workforce by sector, software development 50%, network and IT support 22%, admin and HR ICT 48%, and others cyber security 10%. Barrier to women ICT participation, lack of digital literacy and social norms restriction 36%, high cost of device and internet 52%, a limited female role model 21%. Youth participation in freelancing digital work, male urban 38%, female 22%, male 22%, 28%. ICT sector employment growth in Bangladesh from 2018 to 2024. 2022 ICT related job 1,65,000, and now 2024 3,10,000 or above. ICT contribution to ICT GDP in ICT sector to GDP in 2015 1.2%, but now is 3.6%. Barrier to ICT division employment in Bangladesh, lack of advanced skill 46%, and poor internet infrastructure 39%. Language and communication gap 24%, lack of awareness 28%. Expansion of ICT infrastructure in Bangladesh. Broadband coverage 51% into 2022 and 2024 78%. Number of growth of tech park and innovation hub. 2022 number of tech park 5 and active innovation hub 8, but 2024 18 and number of tech innovation hub 25. Digital literacy by geographical location: urban 74% and semi-urban 55% and rural 39%. Smart device adaptation and measure Bangladesh cities. Dhaka is the capital, so it's more adaptation 76% and Chittagong 68%. Less Sylhet 45%. Wi-Fi and ICT infrastructure by cities: urban 71% and pre-urban 42%, rural town 21%. E-government adaptation and Bangladesh. Dhaka is 92% and Borishal 60%. Growth e-learning user in Bangladesh. In 2015, 1.2 million and 2024, 11.5 million approximately. The key ICT application for development in Bangladesh: ICT solution, governance, e-services portal, and outcome achieved: faster services delivery, reduced corruption, education digital classroom, remote access, our rural and urban students, health, telemedicine platforms, and affordable remote consulting. Regional e-services penetration: Dhaka in e-government governance 92%, e-learning 90%, e-health 88%, Khulna 74%, e-learning 70%, and e-health 65%. Then less Sylhet 65% and 60% e-learning and e-health 58%. Multilingual digital platform access by region: Dhaka 92% and Borishal 59%. Cultural representation in digital media platform: new entertainment 60%, news 70%, and indigenous 5% and 15%. Availability of government services in local language: birth registration, tax services, education portal, e-health, and land recorded also available, but indigenous language is partial. Awareness of ethical and ICT practices by digital literacy level: low literacy is 28% and moderate 62% and high literacy 88%. Role of media and channels spreading digital ethics awareness: social media 38%, television 25%, online news portal 20%, and community radio 10%, print media 10%. So this is the first part, first pillar, inclusion of ICT framework and local content. And we have some barriers: poor infrastructure, high cost device, and rural or urban gap, digital skill, low digital literacy, weak education, and language gap, lack of training and in centers. Number 2, pillar 2, ethics, concepting digital and governance data, rights to privacy. Public awareness of data privacy right. EU region 82%, USA 70%, Rwanda 53%, Kenya 47%, Bangladesh 41%. Comparison between Bangladesh and others others country. AI policy transparency index in by country, EU 88%, and USA 75, and Kenya 62, and Rwanda 58, and Bangladesh 45. Global trends in ethical AI policy adaptation. In 2018, 26%, 6 country, 2020, 41 country, and 2022, 58 countries, and 2024, 76 countries in global trade ethical AI policy adaptation. Key data protection laws and rules and regulation. Laws and regulation. Country EU national law exists, yes. GDPR, yes, and Bangladesh also draft stage, and GDPR, no, and enforcement strength is weak than other countries. Global statistics on data privacy awareness. EU 85% aware of data rights. Privacy policies, EU 42%, trust digital services 58%. Asia Pacific 60%, and read privacy policies 24%, and trust digital services 74%. Key principles in ethics and constructive digital governance. Transparency, clear disclosure of how data and algorithm functions, and privacy protection, and human overrides. Major framework and their focus area. UNESCO AI ethics, human rights, inclusivity, environmental sustainability, and EU AI Act, European Union, risk-based regulation, transparency-based, and harmful AI. Pillar 3, sustainability and aquatic intake. E-waste generation and disposal. Bangladesh e-waste 600 kiloton, recycled 3%, and informal handling 80%. Kenya 180, and recycle 60%. And EU advance average 9,500, and recycled 42%. E-waste collection and recycle. Bangladesh 12%, and recycled 3%. Kenya 15%, and recycled 6%. Rwanda 10%, and recycled 4%. Nepal 8%, and recycled 2%. And EU 60% collected and recycled 42%. Sustainability, ICT sector, carbon emission by region. North America, maximum Asia Pacific 45%, North America 12%, and European Union 80% of global ICT carbon emission. Impacting climate change, CO2 carbon dioxide output in 2024. E-waste generation and per capita. E-waste per capita rising globally, highest in Europe, and then America, and Asia, after Oceania and others, rest of the world. Green ICT strategies in Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Kenya, and Rwanda. Nepal is medium, and solar telecom high, and e-waste policy medium, and digital skill program high, and urban private partnership medium. Say Bangladesh high, energy efficient data high, and solar telecom towers is medium, e-waste policy medium, and digital skill program high. This is the radar figure illustrate the infrastructure availability score region in Bangladesh. Urban area have the highest availability in 95% internet access and 98% mobile coverage. Semi-urban region follow the with the moderate level. 35% projected ICT investment allocation in 2025. 35% of projected funding in targeted at a rural network with a significant investment also planned for digital education and sustainable infrastructure. Renewable energy use in ICT infrastructure in Bangladesh, grid electricity 60%, solar power 28%, wind and other renewable 7%, and diesel backup 5%. E-waste generation by recycle in Bangladesh, mobile devices 12,000, e-waste generated 12,000 ton, recycled to 200 ton, computer 9,000, and television 6,000, and recycled 1,200 approximately. Green ICT policies and initiative in Bangladesh, Green Data Center Guideline, BCC, Bangladesh Computer Council, Reduce Energy Use is server ongoing, Solar Town Program, Solar Tower Program, BRTC, Telecom Towers, Solar Energy expanded, and e-waste management rules, Department of Environmental regulate electronic waste disposal and enforced. Digital inclusion, ethics, technology, and sustainable ICT are essential pillar for the just and resilient digital society. Together, we must co-create a future where every community is improved through safe, inclusive, and sustainable digital solutions.
Thank you, Dr. Dutta. So at the finally, we are here. We are the concluding film. But before that, I must thank Miss Gitanjali and Mr. Ruth and the other team member working very hard for the long session for long time, and we congratulate them at the same time to have this successful and beneficial session for the global community and especially for us, the marginalized community. And I am here, Dr. Hakikur Rahman, and with me, Dr. Ranojit Kumar Dutta from I am from International Standard University, and Dr. Dutta is from City University, Bangladesh. And we thank you very much. I appreciate our host to provide us this opportunity to have this session successfully and coordinate in coordination. Thank you very much. Bye bye.